Alright, sorry about that. Didn't realize I was live. We should be good now. We turn that down a little bit. For the weekend, I'm gonna get some FTGW games in. This is normally when I do my beta testing for this. Alright, so we'll go for about an hour or so. As per usual, it tends to be a stream on the shorter side. I think today I might start actually putting in chapters. To be blunt, it is work. Anytime it starts to feel like work, if I'm not getting paid for it or it's not relevant to my interest, I tend to bail on it, but I'll start doing chapters. I just gotta remember. Because it can be difficult to actually watch the entire thing. I don't expect anyone to sit here and watch the entire recording, but it could be useful. So I'll remember that this time. Why not? Yeah, but essentially in this stream, I'm just continuing my campaign in progress. It's a chance to play the game and test different things out. It's also a chance for people to see how the game is going in terms of feature creation, what Creoteam is doing. Obviously, it's a work in progress. They allow us to put out content as long as we tell people that, just so they're aware that if they see bugs or things that don't make a whole lot of sense yet, they're still actively working on it. I know there are a few ideas that will stick, even if the way they look and the way they're implemented changes. So we can talk about that. But it is a work in progress. You should expect some things to change. But it's more so just to keep this game on the radar. Alright, so let's see. We're in the Prestige Cup, still in the 3rd league. We're using Scotland because I'm testing Scotland's football culture. I was going to put out some commentary on football cultures, but the informational videos really bore me. It's hard to get motivated about that stuff. Hence the stream format, but I'm testing Scotland's football and culture bonus. Generally, I'll test the weaker bonuses. Creoteam does have its own ranking. For the current bonuses, I think their idea is to have every country in the game that has a bonus. I think that's going to be like every country in the game. They want to give each one like a in-house rating based on a bunch of different factors and variables. So I'll run some tests on the stuff that they're not too sure about. Like they weren't too sure about Scotland, but I think it's pretty clear that Scotland's actually fine. They weren't too sure about Germany at one point, but I think they're kind of leaning towards keeping it because of that second part of their bonus. And then I think Austria's okay. Austria's one of those weird ones. Let's get set up for the game. They have, well, they're the amateur league team. They're going to be weaker. They have 6-2-2, which means they're playing very heavily at the back, which is not that surprising, for being honest. I'd also like to take a look at some of these other players here. Looks like Alderwood is finally back. That's good to see. We're going to go ahead and get him going. We're going to take out Atkins because he's younger. I normally put the younger guys on the bench because they have more time in their career. Let's see. And then I think we're looking to win this. We won the first game 1-0. And we start with the ball this time. We've played against this team before. They do have a fullback this game. Left fullback, so they're going to be on the right-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and play full on. Try to play with my best foot forward here. And now that we have Calderwood back, I can actually start my strategy here. Let's see, I don't think I'm gonna need you today. But the idea is to get the ball through. So ideally I would play Calderwood here, maybe on the right-hand side. And we'd probably throw Lindsay into the box. Now, since I get the bonus for the Scottish player, I don't think I need to worry about... the CM bonus. Actually, let me do it. Let me see if I can show you guys exactly how crazy this can get. So he's a CM. You know, he only has 35 passing. It's still pretty early. So, you know, he's not like a crazy Premier League player yet. 35 is okay for this level. And then he gets the bonus for being a CM. If he can keep possession of the ball, he's gonna have close to like first league caliber passing. Of course, that's a big if. He has to actually keep possession of the ball. Let's go ahead and let's see. We'll run this. As per usual, I'll try to play the game as a high pressing style of play. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I would love to get Hani specialized, but he's not there yet. And then we're gonna start the match. And let's see, we see what they're fielding here. Yeah, so they have 6 and they have 1 in the box, which is gonna allow me to get the ball forward. I'm gonna see if I can keep possession here. I'm just gonna put him forward, and I'm gonna go ahead and hold. If I can keep possession of the ball, here comes the fullback. Well, we'll see. We kept it, good. He's gonna have like almost 100 passing, which is essentially first league caliber passing. And that's because he's Scottish, he's getting 30% from as a CM, and he's getting 150% as a Scottish player. So he's getting 180% passing. And this is just starting at 35 passing. If I was in like the second league or the first league, he would probably have like 60 passing or something. And nobody would be able to stop him, you know? So like all of this stuff, none of this really matters, even though they're combining their defense to block that, and I'm passing through him. His passing level is just so far above everybody else's right now that he'd have to roll really poorly for them to win the ball. And there's nobody stopping it at this level. That's one of the reasons why Scottish players are so good. It's also their wingers tend to be really good as well, because that allows them to invest in control, which is usually good for wingers anyway. But it allows them to invest in control without losing anything on the passing side. Because generally you'll hold the ball, and then you'll keep it back here, and then you'll just run the flank, get all the way up here, and then you can cross it or do whatever. You can even like do what I did with CM. You can move up here, you can pass it through maybe one defender, and you have a huge boost. And now suddenly I have a direct shot on goal. I'm gonna check their control. He has solid control, so I'm gonna go for Rainbow Feint. Yeah, but that's why Scottish players are so good, honestly. That's the main reason. They're gonna get a chance. Okay. He's probably gonna win the ball. That's okay. Now we're gonna pass it up again, and we're gonna go for the same play here. I also need to be aware that he has nutmeg back here. So if they win the ball, I need to make a change. Oh, okay. He didn't hold on to the ball. That's the one problem with the Scottish bonus. I also mentioned this to Creoteam, that I feel like they should get the passing bonus as soon as their turn ends, as opposed to when their next turn begins. So essentially, the bonus would last for 2 turns from the time that they end their turn. So basically, through the enemy turn and then through their next turn. That way, if it's a situation like this where they get fouled and it's a free kick, they still get the bonus. Because right now, you can foul them and they lose it, which doesn't feel great, honestly. That's not the end of the world. It's also nice that he has a dual class AM, because now I can put him here, even though he's not getting a huge bonus, and I can just do this. Probably just pass it out. And let's see, I'm also going to take the opportunity to move him back into position. Didn't even need to do that, but we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to precision shot. Ooh, we should probably power shot, honestly. We're going to power shot just in case. Try to beat him. We got it. That's great. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, I have the DF here, so we have the combined challenge. Oh, that's no good, but he is out of the game. Yeah, I tend to like that DF in this position. Even if they have the ball, it makes the DM so much stronger because they have to pass through like a contested square no matter what they do. So generally, they don't want to pass through this square for obvious reasons, the DM. But then they also don't want to pass through this square because these guys will combine. But then they can't. It's tough. It's tough for them to pass the ball forward. And that generally allows you to get the jump on like midfielders that tend to have higher passing than your DM has defense. Because you're not going to have a DM that has like all of his points in defense. It never happens. Unless you get like a 16-year-old and you've invested heavily in the youth academy or something. It almost never happens. They're generally dual class players in most situations. Or they have like what am I trying to say? They have a spread of that. They never have like everything in one place. It's normally control, passing, and defense is the primary. So that kind of allows you to give them a little boost because all of this is going toward the DM's defense, really. And then it also keeps the DM in position, which is really nice because generally the DF will actually jump into the way. That way the DM's not getting out of position. But I'm not sure if that's completely random. I'd have to check. Anyway, we're going to take a shot. We're going to take the precision shot. Actually, I'm going to do this first. You never know if they'll get extra time. Okay, and the game is over, essentially. That's 3-0. Amateur league team, that's a given. I mean, I say the game is over. It is football, anything can happen, but at the same time, you have to be realistic. So this is when I start putting my training players in place. You know, I want McPhee in there. I probably want... Yeah, I want this guy in here as well. I think I'll take, let's see, I'll take Lindsay out. We don't need Lindsay, I'll put him there as well. And then I think he's actually moving towards being an LF, so I'll put him there. And now we're just gonna train up our players here. Make the best use of it, really. Yeah, the DF will jump into the way, which keeps the DM in position. And they get a much bigger bonus. That was like, what, 72 or something? Whereas he would have tackled at 55 in all likelihood. And now we're just going to try to get him some experience, see if we can level him up and get some additional glory points. That would be nice. Let's see. Is he going to pass it? We're going to move him forward because he still has nutmeg. It's still dangerous. And now we're going to try to do that. Now let's see. Should we try to win the ball? I think we'll try it. In the worst case scenario, he gets put on the bench, which is not the end of the world. Yeah, but in the best case scenario, he wins the ball. You know, the DM's playing forward, of course. Let's see what they're going to try to do here. And then I think I'll give it to him. I mean, I could get it to him if this works the way I think it's gonna work. Sure, and then I can do that. He's probably gonna get stopped, though. I could also shoot it. I could also run into the box. They do have a CD there. You know, a CD against a 26 control in this position is not great. He might actually follow me, so I'm going to go for that instead. Oh, lucky. He's lucky. He's very lucky. It's always a risk when the control's that close and you have a CD in the box. They're probably going to go to him. Okay, they're going to him. Alright, they didn't give it to him. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and win this ball. Let's use you. Get him involved. And if that was a blowout, which is expected, they're an amateur league team, of course. And I will go through this today and actually bookmark it. I know I've said it in the past, but again, it's work. I don't really do the streams to work, but in this case, I will take a little bit of time to handle that. And then probably going forward, I'll do it. Just because I'm aware of how it is. Like an hour stream, it can be tough to watch. You can be incredibly excited about the game and all that other stuff, but you know, I'm not an entertainer. I get it. So that part of the equation is always going to be lacking. So I understand that much. Yeah, but generally, if you can get into a cup, like the Prestige Cup or the National Cup, it's always a good thing. Even if you're outclassed, because you can use it as a training opportunity. You don't have to play your best players. If you don't think you can win, you can just play your backups, play your B team, and then get them some extra experience that you'd normally have to spend matches on. You know, you'd have to risk a loss or a bad result or something during the season. That's generally how I approach it in the amateur league, and then once you hit like the once you feel like you can actually win, then I'll start playing my A team. That's a nice little way to get additional experience to train up your bench, because having a bench in this game is important. You can't really take the same starting 11 and run through the game. People will get injured, people will get tired, people will get old, and you know how it is. Now we're playing a second league team. I don't know what they're fielding, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a look at the hiring agents, which is another new mechanic that will probably stay until the final version of the game. And then we'll see what happens. I have a comment. Let me take a look and see what's going on. What is your opinion and choice with the RNG full range stats, or the second option? It was minimal 30% of stats, if I remember. I see you're talking about the dice rolls for the dice rolls for the different challenges. I can actually show you what I chose just so you can get a look at it. Pretty sure Cause won't mind. Yeah, so I think I was using expected. Cause, I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to show this, but they have a new one here, decreased plus. So if you're used to decreased, you know, that's the old one, 30 to 100%. Now they have another one that's based on the giftedness of the footballer. You know, if you're zero giftedness, you go from 0 to your maximum, and as your giftedness increases, your floor increases. So like the really good players are gonna have a much lower chance of getting a bad roll versus like the less gifted players, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm using. I like it. It makes sense, again, because you wouldn't really see a super gifted player, a superstar player make elementary bumbles and stuff like that. Like occasionally they'll have bad luck, but you don't see like Messi tripping over his shoelaces or something stupid. I'm trying that out. That is a new that's a new RNG system, I think, or a choice rather. Because ultimately it is just about testing and helping them calibrate stuff. Creoteam does do their own test in-house, but it helps to get another set of eyes on it. Another opinion and what have you. Yes, I'm gonna hire some agents because I can't see anything in that game. I don't know what anybody's fielding. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna spend 1,000 because again, I'm being cheap. There's an opportunity cost there. And then honestly, there's a bit of strategy as well, because I don't think I'm going to be playing a lot of 2-star players in the first league or in the third league when I go back. So I feel like those scouts would be wasted. I'm almost at the point where I don't need to keep doing this because it's based on the average level of your scouts. Once I get them to at least 1 star, which is going to happen pretty soon, I think I just need to get another star filled out and then it will average out. I'll automatically get those reports on 1-star players. Until then, I'm still spending the money, which is just to give me some idea of what's going on. Otherwise, I'm in the dark, really. because they're a second league team and I don't really know what they're doing. So they're doing a 5-2-3. They have a Japanese player, nice. Huh, Japanese player in Scotland. It happens. The Asian players move to the European leagues. And then they have German players. Ooh. On the bench, this guy is going to be a bigger issue than the defender because he's in the midfield. It's going to be really hard to win the ball from him because he's going to have 50 control if he holds the ball. And then regardless, he's like a 1-star player. He's going to have what to his potential. He's going to have like 11 to his potential when he's defending fly tackles. So it's going to be almost impossible to take the ball from him. But he is on the bench, which is good, at least right now. So let's see. Let's set this up. I probably want to play him back here because I want to take advantage of... Who am I going to take advantage of? I probably need to play him. And I might bring in Atkins as well. And I'll put Duncanson in the reserve squad. What else can we do? And I think that's okay. I might actually play him here as well. I'll put Dick there instead, because I think we're going to play it from the back here. We're going to make use of that Scottish bonus to see if we can actually get a head in the box header going. Let's go ahead and start it. Let's see what they're actually fielding. All right, we're going to take a look at their formation. Ooh, that's tough. I guess I didn't actually notice I had that. That's unfortunate. It's not the end of the world, though. I can just play it over there instead. So I can make a minor shift, but then he also has slide tackle. Yeah, so we can actually see what they're fielding now. Their defense isn't that scary. It's more so the front because they have slide tackle here. That's really the problem, and it's level 2. That Romania? Yeah, it is. And Iceland. They have a lot of players. It's going to be really interesting when these countries have football and culture as well. I'm looking forward to that. Because Europe tends to have a lot of movement. So you're going to see a lot of stuff like this. Let me actually take a look at this. They have him on the right-hand side, so I'm going to need to shift. But it's going to be tough to shift like that because he's there. So I can do this instead. I can start playing up front. I can actually start pushing it forward. Ooh, that's no good. It's a bad start. Ah, we're off to a really bad start already. Alright, hold on. We can salvage that. Let's see. Now he has to play it through. He still has to pass it. Oh, he's gonna lob it. That was smart. That was a good try. Try to lob it for the cannon shot. And let's see. Now if I slide tackle and fail, I put him in position for the cannon shot. I probably don't want to do that. I'll do this instead. And then I can actually move the DM over here just to cut that off. He might take the shot. And then I'm going to go ahead and probably move him over there. I'm going to see if I can set up for a potential counterattack here. He's going to take a normal shot. Of course, he can't take the cannon shot. I wonder if he's going to cross. He might try to cross. Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good goal. I respect that. That's not bad. All right. We got off to a bad start with that initial pass, but I think we'll be okay. Now we're just going to play it from the right-hand side, which is why we have wingers on both sides. Exactly why. We're going to go ahead and switch it. We're going to do that instead since they have the fullback. Now he is there. He's going to be a problem for sure. I have a choice to make. Do I keep the ball back here, or do I move forward with it? I think it makes more sense to move forward with it. It's less dangerous to lose it up here. And now he's out of position, so maybe I can make something happen. We'll see. We're going to go ahead and press. And we're going to go ahead and let's see. We're going to try to get into position. And then we're going to move him over here. That adjacent passing bonus, and we're going to move him down here maybe, because he's still in position. Actually, I think I'm going to do this in case they try to lob it. Yeah. But they can't he's gonna lob it. They have to lob it, right? They couldn't do a ground pass. Not a bad first action, but I think we might be able to pull it back out. It's not the end of the world. I just need to get this set up here. So let's see. I have a few options. He's there. He's 79, he's 38. We're gonna do that. That play is still there. Like this play. This cross on the side. I just need to handle this forward. He's gonna be a problem for sure. I think we can leave it as is and maybe play, let's see, maybe play Aldo, maybe play him back at the wing back here. And then I'm trying to get them to go to the right. I'm trying to kind of manipulate it a little bit. They might not. If they don't, that's not the end of the world either. Let's see what they're gonna do. Okay, yeah, I wanted them to go there. That's perfect. I didn't want this though, but we kept the ball. They're gonna go again. Yeah, that's no good. But we have a CM, which means we're gonna get free pressing. And then I'm gonna see if I can win it here. There we go. And then I have to pass it forward. It feels like I do. Because he's there. I'm gonna risk this. He has to come take the ball away. Okay, got it. Okay, what now though? Oh, we got it through. That's no good. Ugh. Well done though, we kept it in. Let's see. I think I'm gonna run it down just to get it out of my half here. Run the flank. That's alright, just to move it as far as possible. They're gonna pass it back though. Yeah, the DM is out of position, that's the problem. Good save. DM is absolutely out of position. We can try that, I guess. It's doable. Okay, sure. He is right here. This is gonna be it's gonna be a tough one, I think. He has to somehow keep the ball against their fullback. Oh, they're gonna go for the fly tackle? I wouldn't do that. I guess they got it. If that had failed though. Alright, 1-0 is not insurmountable. That's a bad first play though. That was unfortunate. That's also my fault. I didn't actually read the formation. Because even though you can't see what formation they're fielding, you can see what classes they're using. So I should have seen the fact that they had a right fullback and played that differently. But it happens, it's not the end of the world. Now let's see what you got. What do you have? Level 25. Okay, so you're basically set in stone now. I'm gonna go passing. Because he has nutmeg, if I play my cards right, he can get 200%. He can get a 200% bonus to passing. I'm gonna do passing, and I'm gonna go for the second level of nutmeg. Because ideally, he would win the ball, and then I could set up a play downfield, and then I could hold the ball with him. And then I would be able to get like a huge boost to passing. It might be so great that I can even just pass through the defense or something. In like 1 or 2 turns. Or if they have a fullback, maybe I can do something like that. Or maybe I can make him like a right midfielder, right winger, who knows. There are options, you know? I like this bonus because it makes things like this suddenly viable for like playing downfield. You can have like relatively low passing as a DM and you can still pass the ball fairly well. Like he might even be able to nutmeg into a lob or something, who knows? Yeah, but we have all the stuff going on here. We're in Europe, so there's going to be a lot of different countries being represented, which is what you'd expect. Again, right now Europe is pretty front-loaded. We don't have a lot of footballing cultures yet. But once they all come in, I think they're going to come in within batches maybe, or stages. And I know Creoteam has some ideas. I've seen discussion about it in terms of the types of bonuses they want to create and the types of experiences they want players to have. The whole point of bonuses at the end of the day is to kind of encourage different playstyles, different experiences. If you're in one country, it should feel different when you go to another country as a coach or you play on the national team or something, as opposed to feeling slightly different like it does in the current game. It's essentially just the same experience with slightly better or slightly worse players, how it normally plays out. Alright, so let's see. Now I'm gonna bring him back on. I think I'm gonna take Full of Love out. I'm gonna play him there. Now that I'm actually paying attention, the nice thing is I've played them before, so I was able to kind of scout out what they're doing. They still have that CF on the side. He's still gonna be the problem. I need a way to play the ball away from that character, who's all the way down there, if I can. Calderwood. They don't have a lot of DF, so I can do an AM. That can work. In the worst case scenario, I can get it all the way up here, which means I'm going to want somebody with defense then. I guess this will work for now. Let's put Full of Love in as well. I need to somehow get the ball up here. Also, it's snowing, which is in my favor, if we're being honest. I don't have a lot of good attacking skills. Like, Atkins has that, but... And Kellerman has this, but it's coming from the center. But I don't have a ton of good skills. Also, well, does that impact the defensive role? We'll see. That might actually be good for this end as well. We'll find out, I guess. Hold on. We're gonna do that. Because that might actually solve my problem with the CF, whether it's fly tackle twice. They get the ball first. We're gonna win it, because that's the entire point. That's great. We're probably gonna take it back. Okay. I think snow does impact head play a little bit. I'm also gonna look for that CF. He's on the right-hand side. So they switched it. They gave the attacking player, they put him on the other side, on the weak side. But that's good, because now I can do this. I can hold the ball. I'm fairly confident that I'll keep it. He's also in the box, so they can't really stop this. Let's see if we can hold it. Oh, that's so smart. That is very smart. Oh. Ooh, come on, guy. It's not the end of the world, though, because I can always do this, honestly. What is he, a CD? I can pass it to you. I can figure out whether or not I want to pass it through or not. Probably not. I think I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna make him come and get the ball again. Okay, he's gonna try this time. Okay, that's great. Okay, great. What now? There's nothing they can do about it. So now he has 68 passing because he gets 150%, which is more than enough to cross from all the way in the corner, as you can see. And now I have a solid chance. 68-15. I mean, that's obviously more than enough. That's 37. It's a better chance than shooting directly. Hold on. Gonna make sure I don't mess this up. Oh, that's a corner. Yeah, they got it past us. That's unfortunate. I mean, that happens too, sure. Not the end of the world. Now we're gonna take a look at what they have in the box. Where is that DF? DF is right there. Oh, that DF is gonna be the problem. He's gonna be the problem for sure. But I can do Calderwood. Ooh, McTaggart. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. There is a way to manipulate this somewhat. I can try it. I'll put Dick here. Now McTaggart's gonna get in the way. Yeah, he's gonna be right there. Yeah. No. Okay, well, McTaggart is a problem. Sure. I don't think I'm gonna get it past him though. And he also has long pass, which is another problem. Although it is snowing, so maybe. Oh, I'm just gonna take a shot. Yeah, that seems like the best choice. I could also play it back and then try to set up a play next turn, but I don't think I have time. I'm gonna see if I can hit the goalkeeper at least. Nah, couldn't even hit the goalkeeper. Forced him to play it from the very back. Ooh, nice lob. Nice lob. Okay, he's gonna take the shot himself. Bypass the DM. That's one way to do it for sure. All right, my winger is almost out of the game here. Like we have solid possession, but that hasn't been enough. Huh? Trying to think here. I probably want to play you back here. No, I want him up here. He needs to be up here no matter what. He also needs to be an AM. Then we need to make a change then. We absolutely need to make a change. Huh, okay. I wonder. We'll keep Dick in. And then we might actually play it like this. Ooh, that is gonna be tough though. It's doable though, for sure. Huh. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to plan this out right now. Apologies. Trying to think this through. Because it's possible to get another shot. I feel like if I play him, he's probably gonna get injured once he gets tackled again. So it's kind of asking for it, honestly. Like he's just asking for an injury. I don't know. I can do it for the potential shot on goal, though, for the opportunity. That might make sense. So I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's try it. Let's risk the injury here. I think that's actually the play, as that weird as that sounds. And I'm also gonna play. No, we're not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna play the DM there, so I have the position. Ooh, their MF as well is motivated. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Because he's gonna slide tackle. Okay, they're using him instead. Oh, they won the ball. That's both good and bad, unfortunately. He's gonna hold it now. He also has good passing. That's a good play. So if he holds it, what's probably gonna happen is he's gonna get a pass off, but I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. Let's see if I can make it harder, because now we have 70 passing because he's also Scottish. You know, he gets the bonus as well. I got lucky there. Yeah, that's a nice thing about this this bonus. It applies to everyone evenly, I think. I could go for you. Do they have a... Okay. Yeah, he still has the 85. That's a crazy bonus for sure. I can still get the ball into the box though. Okay, that's fine. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna move him out? No, they're gonna try to win it. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, well, we still have it. It's alright. I can get it forward for sure. 24 is pretty good. Even at minus 110. I mean, that's 16. That's him, isn't it? That's minus 60, right? Yeah, 16 is nothing, but 24 is solid right here. I would have preferred if he held the ball, but then he's too close to the front. Oh, got lucky, got very lucky. Now I'm playing for the corner kick here. Oh, that's no good. I didn't want to keep it. Oh, what? Come on, dive, dive, dive. Oh, come on. Are you kidding? Oh, honorable play. Come on, guys. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, that was it. Yeah, kids are home, so you're gonna hear some crazy, silly stuff in the background there. They're the kids, you know how it is. Man, that is crazy. Can you imagine slide tackle in the box at that point of the game and he stays on his feet? Man, man. This is one of the reasons why I'm kind of hoping we get like a theatrics nationality bonus where they're more likely to get fouled and they have a lower chance of injury to balance it out. So if you're in a situation like that, you just go to the ground. You know, that's crazy. That's like the worst possible choice they could have made, and they made it. Is what it is, though. You know, you have to suck it up. On the bright side, we got some experience out of that, but my goodness, that was a chance. Man. Slide tackle in the snow, in the box. My man. Solid game. We had opportunities there, for sure. But man, that last opportunity, it hurts. Alright, though, we put up a fight. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah. Again, I will actually put bookmarks on this one. I'm going to start doing that going forward. It's hard to go back to the past and do it, but I'll start doing it like after every session's over. I'll bookmark the matches and stuff. Bookmark the matches and then maybe any crazy situations like that, you know? Because ultimately, like, Creoteam does take a look at it, and, you know, they have other stuff going on, too. I know Kaz said he'll fast forward it, but even then that's not really ideal. Not at all. Yeah, but ideally we'd get like a Uruguay bonus that's what I'm talking about. Where they get fouled more often and they have a resistance to injury, so you're not getting guys injured all over the place. But then it's almost like they're playing to the referee and drawing fouls and drawing cards and stuff. That'd be really funny. It also kind of force you to change the way you approach the different games as well. Because if you're playing against a team that tends to dive a lot, which is essentially what it would be, you have to be more careful with your tackling. You have to be more careful with dangerous tackles. You have to be more hesitant to actually contest for the ball at all. You know, if you're going to give them like a good opportunity on goal, maybe you don't want to actually contest. Maybe you want to just like set up an interception or just, you know, smother them to make the shot bad or something. That could be an interesting play style. But we'll see, though. You know, anything is on the table. You know, it's still a work in progress, so we'll see. Yeah, let's see. We're out, but we did get Duncanson in, which was important. We're not getting a whole lot of glory. We're getting 4. We're getting basically 4 from him. So it wasn't a great training session for him. He didn't get any experience. He didn't actually improve specialization-wise, so it wasn't great. You won't always have a great loan period just because you take a player. I can look at this guy and see what he's done. Like, has he actually done anything yet? Let's take a look. Nope, they left him on the bench. So it's a similar thing. You know, they didn't actually play him at all, which is surprising. I didn't think they really had any good players here. But it's a similar situation. They have to figure out whether or not they want to spend time on another team's player to build him up. Or do they want to build up their own player? So even though the team's not amazing, there's also the case that his interest is pretty low. That also plays a part in it. If he had higher interest, he would be more popular. But then it would cost me more to send him down there. I can actually show it to you in this transfer market window. Where the more popular players are going to be more in demand, but they're not going to want to play in lower leagues. So it's gonna cost more glory to convince them to go. You know, so it's kind of a trade-off. And then anything can happen in those leagues. They can play less than you'd like them to play. They can play in positions you wouldn't put them in. They can get injured, and then, you know, you basically wasted your glory. Or they can have an amazing loan period, and suddenly they've gotten like a specialization level and a bunch of experience levels. So kind of a crapshoot a lot of the time. Yeah, so they didn't use him at all. You also get the update at the end of the window. You can also keep track of it yourself if you want to. And then, you know, I'm not really investing in the youth academy because I'm focusing more on the transfer market, because I'm trying to get European players from other countries. That's not going to come from my youth academy. Let's see. People are asking for players. Kelman, he's old. He is old. I'll say that much. And that's a solid asking price for him, honestly. Belgium. I'll think about it. Yeah, 14. I mean, I got a profit of 4. It costs 10 to loan him out. Normally, the price to loan players out goes up as you go further and further, or to accept the loans. The third league is pretty low, but it can get much higher. Like if you're in the Premier League, it can be like 10 or even 100 glory depending on the player. But at that point, you're getting so much glory, it doesn't really matter. Or it's not as impactful, I should say. Let's see. So the first thing we always do is check not the watch list. We always check the contracts. That just makes sense. O'Hare is gonna go. I have a backup for O'Hare. I was ready for that. So we're gonna extend by 1 year. I normally do 1 year unless it's like a player who's low interest and I know he's gonna have a big season. And then the cost to extend his contract is gonna be much higher next year. So I tend to do 1 year just because it's cheaper. I can normally keep them on without much of an issue. Like Donahue, an obvious 1 year. Because the cost just goes up. Normally you'd get like an incentive, you get like a discount for doing multiple years, but it can still be a lot. And who else do we have? Calderwood. Calderwood is important, especially if I'm going to get rid of Kelman, for sure. And then we need McGill, because he's actually going to be the backup. And then he's actually the CD. I want to say I'm going to do Lindsay, but I'm thinking about it. I might do Lindsay, depending on the transfer market. Lindsay is pretty young, isn't he? He is. We'll think about it. No, he's 30. Yeah, so it might be time to sell Lindsay, honestly. That's going to cut into my offensive power a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be a whole lot. We're also going to sell him because he's not very good, to be blunt. It's not bad to have those players in the reserve squad because guys are going to get injured, but generally I won't play them. And then the next step is to get McPhee up there. You know, I'd like McPhee to be the replacement for Kelman, which is kind of the idea there. Atkins is also there. I feel like Atkins would be better on the right-hand side, though, because I do have Full of Love as well. Kind of feels like the left-hand side is a bit unpacked. I could also do that. It just takes a little bit of time. He's just reached his first specialization level, so it shouldn't take that much time. So I might do that. McAllister's also here. McAllister might not be a bad choice for that either. I mean, he'd be solid if I wanted to play from the flank and I wanted to shoot. Because if I have a fullback here to nutmeg through, he'd be really good for that, but it's a tough call. He hasn't really done anything yet. For how much I spent on him, he's been disappointing. He should have been a CF by now, but I haven't been using him. That's tough. That's tough. It's tough. Let's see. Let's do McAllister, sure. We're being very aggressive. We're not going to spend money yet. I'm thinking about Kelman. Do I keep Kelman? If they give me over 100,000, I'll sell Kelman. Because I could use the money, absolutely. And I do have a plan to replace Kelman. But in terms of the table, we're at the top. We should be able to get to the next league at the end of the season, which was the plan. If I look at my career so far, 3 years in the third league is about right. That's 2 to 3 years, yeah. Let's see. And then I want to work in Belgium. I want to work in Belgium because they have a unique footballing culture. Ultimately, I'm still testing things, so I need to be able to see those different aspects of the game. Alright, so I'm playing with second place team. They have 6-2-2. Guys love their park the bus defense, apparently. Can't blame them, sure. I'm gonna see if I can get this guy involved. I also want to see what the table looks like. I'm ahead by 6, so I can afford this. I'm trying to make him another CF, for obvious reasons. He has head play. You know, level 2 head play right off the bat is nice. See if I can make that happen. I don't know what they have up there. They do have the fullback. I'm paying attention this time, so they have the fullback on that side. I think it makes sense to, let's see, they have that guy there. And they're also getting the ball first, so I need to do that. It's snowing, so I'm not really worried about head play. Also, head play got nerfed in this game. So if you're familiar with Manager's Journey, once you cross the ball, it's really easy to get a shot on goal from this area. Now, if you're outside of the box, headers are way less reliable. Normally, you'd have to get at least inside the box or in front of the box, like right here. This line to make headers more reliable. And the third line, they're a lot harder to use. So you have to really invest in head play and hope that the goalkeeper has a really bad, has really poor control for head play from that area to be as useful. Let's see. They have that. I don't know where they're going to be playing that fullback, though. I think I might actually do... Let me see. I'm trying to make him that. It is snowing. We'll do full of love. Why not? You can never be too full of love, right? Bad puns aside. And we're going to put him there. We might play on the right side. We might play on the left. I'm honestly not sure yet. And then we'll play it like that, sure. And then let's see what happens. We'll play it out. It's snowing because we're in Scotland, Europe. I'm gonna let them get the first turn before I actually check the formation. Yeah, they're gonna take the shot. That's the best play in that situation. Alright, so they have both wings locked down. Okay, that's not the end of the world. They do have nutmeg, but it's in the center, so I'm not really worried about it. I just think I need to see what they have in the middle. Yeah, they do have everything locked down. This is actually a solid choice. They have the wings locked down. They have the guy in the middle, which isn't bad. Yeah, that's solid. That's not bad. We're going to get back into position, number 1. We're going to pass the ball to him, number 2. And we're going to hold it. Oh, okay, that's not the right play. Oh, that's a better play, I guess. That's not bad. Now I'm actually going to see if I can press. But they don't really have a solid choice. Let's see what they're going to go for here. They might go for... They might try to go for the cannon shot, so I'm going to go ahead and block that square. And I'm going to go ahead and make it harder for them to play the ball forward. Just to kind of shut them down. Yeah, they're not going to get that through at all. Which was the point. We lost the ball, that is okay. We got it. And I think, let's see, I think I'm going to lob it over there. His control's not amazing, so we have an opportunity to take it. I'm going to use him. Okay, we didn't get it. Oh, he has long pass too, but it is snowing though. What are you going to do? Just take the shot. Should just take the shot. Ooh, it's a good shot too, it's not bad. Don't have a lot of options here, do I? Not really. Like, he has it, sure. I mean, they do have some options. They're not amazing. Absolutely not. Okay, let's try this. That's not gonna work, is it? No. That's not gonna work. If I had somebody on the wing, maybe? That's too far. Alright, we'll just play it forward. Okay, McCartney, he's made what, at least one save so far? Let's see, they are over there. Gonna try this again, full of love. I'm actually thinking about taking full of love out here. 28. Now what I could do... Oh, he's also a DF, isn't he? Huh. That's a tough one. I might take full of love out, and I might play... Well, we'll see. Actually, I have some other ideas here. What if they also have long pass, though? Ooh, hold on. No, they actually left that wide open. This is probably the better play, then. Let me go ahead and put Calderwood in there. Or McAllister. McAllister's also solid. Calderwood makes more sense, though. Yeah, because they're leaving that wide open. Absolutely. I'm actually surprised. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, that is snowing, huh? I could loft it. A DF there is actually interesting. Because they have that. Oh, yep. Absolutely. I could try to win the ball. See if I can take it. I took it. Okay, sure. But now he's motivated. He's gonna take it back. But now what's he gonna do, though? Okay, he's gonna try to hold it. Yep, that's the right play. Absolutely. Now, I wonder what he's gonna try to do. Is he gonna try to pass it? He will try to pass it, so I'm gonna move over here just to cut off that potential nutmeg. He has 65 passing because he is a Scottish player. Even as a defender, 26 to 65 is solid. Oh, that would have been really bad too. Glad he didn't get it off. And go ahead and press. We're gonna block that off, and now we're basically just playing defense. I'm trying to cut off the potential nutmeg right here while keeping my defense intact. I'm going back and forth here and just holding. And now I'm just gonna press again to kill the shot. And let's see what else we got. And then I guess... Guess I'll put him there to receive the ball, potentially. Yeah, they were gonna try to send it there and then send it back. Making it hard for them to do anything. Ooh, that is a tough one. Yeah, it's just a lot of midfield play right now. Let's see, he has 28. He's not holding the ball, though. I'm going to cut off that potential pass over there. Yeah, he's going to try to lob it, right. But now he has to nutmeg right now. He's just going to shoot, that's smart. He's not going to nutmeg because of these two CDs, right. Yeah, a lot of defense in the midfield. Yeah, no shots on goal, unfortunately, but locked down in the midfield, which is the entire point. That DF on the right hand side, I think, is what won them the game, if we're being honest. Didn't expect that at all. Solid. That's why I like when the formations are hidden. If I was able to see that, I could have adapted to it. That's the biggest problem with the base game. Once you've gotten familiar with it, it's too easy to win on the strategic layer. Like you know what's gonna happen. But if you decide to hide formations, it is a campaign option. It's not enforced by default. But if you decide to use it, it does make things more interesting. At least I think so. It's one of my favorite changes so far. Okay, they're not going to pay more for Kelman. That's okay. Which means I'll probably keep him then, honestly. Lindsay, I'm not sure about Lindsay, maybe? If someone makes an offer, because really I'd like to check the transfer market. This is something I do every transfer window. I check the extended list. I always spend money on the league that's one below my own, because the prices tend to be way more competitive, even though it's the extended list. That's generally how I'll do it. I do a few more matches and then I think I'll call it, and then I'll break things into chapters. I'll split it up by match, and then I'll split it up by anything else I find interesting that I think is worth mentioning. But I'll definitely do it by match. That has to be done. They want Atkins. I would want Atkins too, but no. He is 19 years old and he's already, he already has a class, so that's a no. And he has a second class, so no. Ooh, look at this guy. Here we go. Carl. That's the coach's name. So they're offering me a footballer on loan. He's a young footballer. He's really good. He actually has a lot of potential. I mean, not just the giftedness, looking at his spread. That's not a bad spread. Like, I feel like he's waffling too much between accuracy and passing, but that's an okay spread. Like, obviously, passing was a primary, defense is a good secondary for a frontline midfielder. Definitely an underrated secondary stat. And his control is okay. I mean, he could be a good CM hybrid. He could also play on the flank. It's going to cost me 10 glory, and then the entire spiel when it comes to using him and gaining rewards. So it's going to cost 10 up front, but I'm going to accept. And now that they did that, that reminds me. Let's see who we got here. Nobody really good. Yeah, nobody great. He would be better if I didn't already have like three wingbacks. He wouldn't be a bad choice. But yeah, now that they did that, that reminds me, I should... Ooh, McAllister. Since people are asking about him, I wonder. His interest is average. There's some interest. Maybe I can loan him out. Oh, look at that. 40. Jeez, that's a cost. Man, that is a lot. And they give you the reasons. He doesn't want to play in a lower league because his interest is so high, He thinks he's above it versus someone like this. But he's more likely to get experience. But, yeah, I mean, let me take a look at this team. They're 7th place. I mean, he could be used on that team. I'm going to check the calendar and see if I'm going to play them. I will play them. I think I'm going to do it because I don't think I'm going to have time to actually use him myself. I'm going to loan him out to Renton FC. So he's gone. Let's see what else we're doing. That's a nice little incentive to get your younger players online as quickly as possible. That way you can send them out to other teams and have them get trained up. Or potentially get trained up. It's not always guaranteed. Yeah, but this guy is, this guy's really good. I'm surprised he hasn't been used more. Crazy. He's really good. Or at least he has the potential to be really good. Right now his stat spread's all over the place. But yeah, when they loan you a player, you get to choose the specializations and the talents and stuff. And then when you've loaned out a player and they're ready to be leveled up, they'll come back to you and tell you to set the stuff. So it's not random, which is nice. That way you're getting exactly what you want. Yeah, with interception, he would make a really good frontline midfielder, just pressing the defense and making it hard for them to play it forward. And then he has enough control to play in like the center of the field if necessary. Obviously, he has decent passing. And then he's Scottish as well, so he's going to get a bonus to passing anytime he keeps the ball. The accuracy is out of place, though. I feel like if you're going AM, it's either accuracy or passing. It's never both. But he's also a giftedness level 2, so I get it. Yeah, let's do maybe, I can play until 6 o'clock my time. That's like another 30 minutes. Then I have to run. And then again, I'll categorize all of this so it's easier to parse. I'm aware that it's tough to follow everything going on, but I'll take care of it. Yes, I'm playing this team. They are the 12th place team, please. So they're doing a 5-3-2, a lot of slide tackle, a lot of slide tackles on mobile units. I get the balls first. I'm gonna do Full of Love because I'm trying to get him to be a fullback hybrid, so I don't really want to use him that often. At least not right now. I'm going to play McPhee. I'm gonna get McPhee in there. I'm gonna sit, let's see. No, I'm trying to get him up and running. It's tough. He may just be a lost cause if we're being honest at this point. Maybe he was just a bad acquisition, or I didn't utilize him properly. That could also be the case. I just didn't utilize him properly. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot to get him going, if we're being honest. Yeah, so we'll do Lindsay. And I might want to make him an LF, actually. So I might do that instead. And I'd love to get McAllister in the mix as well. What is he learning? He's learning Nutmeg, so it'd make more sense to play him on the right-hand side if we're being honest. What are you learning? Okay, CM. That's not a bad choice for him, not at all. I'm actually gonna do this instead. I'm gonna put him in now, just to get him some experience. We're gonna leave him in for now. Actually, I think I'm gonna take him out as well and let him rest. Now there's a lot of stuff going on in the midfield. That's a lot of stuff happening in the midfield right now. Also need to remember that they have a bunch of players with slide tackle, so I might not be able to keep possession. Let's see what else we're doing. And we'll do you. Yeah, and we'll do that. 3-5-2. I've been doing a lot of threes. It's usually 3 or 4 depending. I'm trying to make it more aggressive. You know, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. Get the ball forward, keep it there. Whether you're taking shots on goal or forcing the opponent to work around your players. That's the whole benefit. Hello. Someone new has showed up. How are you doing? Yeah, but we're gonna take a look at the formation. They got 5. They have a flat 5. It's okay. It's not the worst I've seen. Not the best. And then they have 2 at the front. And they have someone with slide tackle. So I can't really keep the ball. I can. It's a risk, obviously. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it forward, and then I might hold the ball up here. And they have someone from Belgium. Nice. So they have active defense. That's really neat. Which means you don't want him tackling, because he's going to get 30% of 49, which is not a whole lot at the high tier, but right now it's enough. I think that's going to give him, what? Close to 60 defense, including if you move beside him, if he does auto tackle. That's an interesting ability. I'd like to try that one out. Just gonna play it forward. Might take the shot. I just want to test this. Does it not apply to the auto tackle? I will try to learn something. I'm stuck on the 2nd division on every run. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Starting today, I'm going to start putting these videos into chapters, these streams into chapters, just so it's easier to parse. So I'll split it by a match, and I'll also split it by interesting things. If I'm talking about a gameplay mechanic or something, I'll have that bookmarked. So hopefully that will help. I can't guarantee that I'll cover all the information you need, but I'm going to try to make it a bit easier to at least follow along in terms of recordings. Yeah, but let's see. I want him to become a left forward, which is why I'm playing him on the edge. You know, I like dual classing my players just so I have the variety. And then I might just hold the ball. 32 versus 25 isn't bad. 46, he'll probably win it, but I also have the opportunity to get the ball back with full of love. That's also an option. I'm gonna hold it. Yeah, that's actually a fine challenge. That's perfect. And they're gonna have to waste time to try again. They're gonna try to slide tackle. That's fine. Ooh, still have it. Here's the problem, though. He does have 80 passing, which makes sense. He's Scottish. Again, Scottish players, 150% to passing if they keep possession, which is always going to be ridiculous, no matter who has the ball. So you can actually see even my forward has 32 passing. Now he has 80 passing, which is interesting, to say the least. I might try to dribble it. I could also pass it. It's a tough call, though. They do have the CD there. So maybe I'll do... Nah, I can't do that. Maybe I'll give it to you. Maybe I'll do that. And then maybe I'll shoot. It's about the same, though. It's not much better. I could take the shot. I could potentially score this shot. I could also hold it and try to draw out a foul, which would give me a much better opportunity on goal afterwards. So it's really up to me. You know, if I take this shot, he might stop it. He might stop it. It could also score. You know, it's 35 versus all of this isn't bad. You know, of course, if I get fouled, there's the risk of an injury. I may even lose the ball. So I think I'll just take the shot and hope for the best. Yeah, and we got it to the goalkeeper, which is not bad for that situation. And now they have to play it forward. Ooh, they're going for the lob. Very nice. Yeah, but I should be able to get that ball back pretty easily. I have the DM. And the nice thing about this is I could nutmeg. That's fancy stuff, though. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, I could get another shot if it works. I'm willing to try it. Well, I paid for it, right? I'll see if I can get the ball back, but then he has slide tackle. Let's see. That would have given me an opportunity to get the ball forward, which is why I did that. And let's see what you're gonna do. You have to pass the ball immediately. Oh, okay. I mean, sure. I wouldn't have... That was a try, I guess. I can't fault him for trying. I'm gonna go ahead and lob it because someone has to get the ball. Someone there. And then I think I'm gonna get it with you. Just because he's probably gonna slide tackle. Okay, he's coming. He has slide tackle. Someone's gonna do it. What now, though? He's gonna lob it? Yep. Wasn't a bad choice. I don't know about that shot from the left winger, though. Oh, the low-quality shot. A lot of the time, this game is about setting up high-quality opportunities. So not just shooting the ball whenever you have the opportunity to shoot it. It's, you know, you shoot it when you think you can possibly at least get it to the goalkeeper. Like, that choice a while ago wasn't great, for example. Wasn't the best choice. So let's see. At this point, I'm just trying to make him a left winger. Left wing forward. I'm not worried about the rest. I might actually do Dick, and I might actually go for head play. I could actually run the flank with him if I really wanted to. So I might actually make that switch. It would be a good time to use him as well. So I think I'll do that instead. And I'm setting these guys up to try and force a turnover with these two right there. Made a few substitutions. Let's see who they pass to. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Absolutely. Can't pass through that square. And that's why I like this. That's why I like this formation. This pair up right here. It makes every tile a risky tile. Normally, if it was just the DM, you'd want to pass through like this tile, and then you'd probably be okay because it would just be the DM. But when these two guys join together, it's almost impossible. But then you can't pass through that towel because the DM gets a bonus when he intercepts like that. So it makes the DM much stronger, which is why I like it. And for this formation, I feel like I need it because I'm so sparse in the back, just to kind of force that situation. Oh, that's no good. We get another opportunity. And they have slide tackle, but I don't really need to care because I'm motivated, which means they can't slide tackle. They have to do normal tackles. That was low. That was very low. Still can't slide tackle. They're waiting, if you noticed. Okay, so we got a 150% even for him, which means I can actually pass through him, more or less. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to potentially shoot. That's also another low quality shot, if I'm being honest. But crossing it's probably not gonna work. I'm trying to think about this. He'll probably win the ball when he slides, but that might use his stamina, so that might give me another opportunity. He's gonna come slide, absolutely. But that's gonna use at least, yeah. Right, he's tired now. He has to get rid of the ball. Ooh, that is such a bad play. That's a terrible play because I'm guaranteed to win it. Wow. But yeah, that's why I made that play. I knew he would get tired after he slid based on his stamina. And he would have to make a play, but that's an awful play. That's like the worst play he could have made. And now I can just do that. It's guaranteed because he's tired. And even if I can't score, ooh, I get a guaranteed shot on goal. So I can play for the corner, which is probably what I'll do. I'll try to get it to bounce out. Oh, well, I mean, that works, I guess. Yeah, ideally I would have gotten a corner kick and I could have had a better opportunity there. Not over yet, though. Okay, huh. Let's see. Now they do have a CD, but I can get the ball. I can go here, and I can take a shot through him. That's a slightly better shot because the DF I'm going through one DF, and then he's 14 there. That might not be a bad choice. It's annoying when you get injuries easily on your good strikers. Well, you have to pay attention to stamina. Remember, you can decide on whether or not players hold the ball. So, for example, I wouldn't want him to hold the ball right now because his stamina is so low. If he gets fouled, he's likely to get injured. So, you can actually control that somewhat. If I had someone like this guy holding the ball, it wouldn't be as bad because his stamina is full. If I had this guy holding the ball, it would be a bad idea because his stamina is so low. And, and so on. So, if you look at the stamina before you make your choices, it can be easier to prevent injuries. You just have to be aware of that. So sometimes the plays that you make, they might not be the best play to score or to keep possession, but it's the best play to keep your players on, off the bench or keep them healthy. So some of that matters as well. That's also why it's a good idea to have a bench and sub guys out. Right now these guys are tired. I should probably sub them out, but the game's almost over. So you wanna keep all of that stuff in mind. Because when you're not paying attention to that, that's when injuries start to pile up. They can still happen, but they tend to happen more often in those cases. But I'm gonna take the shot just because it's the best shot I can get. I just spoke about stamina and injuries. I don't want to hold the ball with him, and then this guy is tired, and then he fouls me. He's gonna slide tackle. I probably get injured, and he's my best striker. So I'm just gonna take the shot instead. Either they get the ball or I score. One of the two. And they get the ball. That's all right. He's safe. That's the important thing. It would have been I could have set up a better opportunity if he kept the ball, but, potential for fouls and stuff. Yeah, so also that's a bit of a coaching blunder. If I had taken him out, I could have just held the ball, and then I could have tried to draw the foul. He probably would have been safe. If he did get injured, it would have been like for a short period of time. Then I would have had a direct free kick directly in front of the box, and that's a really good opportunity. Yeah, but 3 shots, at least one of those shots was directly on target. I would have liked that to be a corner kick, but I'll live with it. That was also a bit of a training game. That wasn't the optimal way to set up that team. but also I'm trying to get my team prepared for other situations, trying to train up other players, trying to get this guy some experience so I can benefit from the loan and whatnot, and I'm trying to build up my squad for the future. So strategic decisions. I'm also at the top of the table, so you can see he got some left forward experience, which is good. I'm trying to dual class him. You know, he got some experience as well. He got some experience towards being a midfielder and all that. So I took all of that into consideration when I fielded that team. And then I'm like 4 points ahead of the second place team, so I can afford to do it. It kind of helps to follow the rankings as well. So like a lot of this game is played on the field, but a lot of it's played on these screens as well when it comes to strategy. You can kind of pick and choose when you can train up teams, train up players and whatnot, when you can rest your best players. For example, for the next match, I can probably rest that forward who's tired because the second place team is 4 points behind me. So it's not a huge risk, as opposed to if we were neck and neck or something, and it was a really important part of the season. I'm going to take a look at this team. This makes me happy. It tells me they're playing Atkins, and Atkins is having an immediate impact. Because if you notice, they're suddenly in third place. They were the fourth place team a while ago. So, you know, it means that he's having an impact on their team. I can check his profile and see what he's done. He's just played in the match. He doesn't have an assist yet, but he's a solid player. He's going to get play, which means they're going to train him for me, which is the whole purpose of the loan system. He's not going to sit on the bench. So that's going to pay off. That's good. And he's a young player, so he has a lot of time left. So generally, you want to kind of control your loans in that way. You want to get players out there who have a decent level of interest, so they're not going to sit on the bench. But then you don't want to give your best players out, where suddenly you're playing against them in competing matches, and now they're kind of blocking you from getting points on the table. And then, of course, if you want to send them to another league where they'll never play against you, there's a higher glory cost, which is a greater investment, you know, so it's an interesting system. I think Creoteam did a good job with it in making you kind of consider it. Like, you don't always want to loan players out, even if you can. There are a bunch of different things you have to consider before you hit that button. It's always nice when you have a lot of different choices to make, when it's not a simple yes-no choice, you know? Yeah, but I'm going to see if any diamonds in the rough show up here. It's the amateur league, so probably not. I mean, it was worth it. It was just 1,000. It's cheap. Generally, I like to do that just to see if there's anyone else I can pick up. Of course, the extended list tends to be more expensive than the transfer list and the general list, which is over here. Your personal list is what they call it. This is going to be the cheapest way to get new players. And then you have the extended list, which is more expensive, but you have a greater selection. And then, you know, you have international transfers, which is going to be unique to this game, I believe, where you can kind of send scouts out to different countries. And you can try to find footballers, you know, that meet your needs. It's going to be more important in this game, obviously, because you have footballing culture. So now if I want someone who's really good at holding the ball, I'm going to want to send a scout to Germany. If I want some more physicality in my team, I'm going to send someone to England. If I want a more fundamentally sound team, I'm probably going to get someone from the Netherlands, and I'm going to send scouts out in that situation. You know, so there's a bit more strategy there, which is good because there's a cost. Obviously, you can check the different leagues. Depending on how you set up your campaign, you'll have different leagues to go through. Like I have the third league and the first league and the second league for these countries, but not every single European country in my campaign, like all of these. These are Premier League only. That's also pretty nice. And then you also need a certain number of scouts before you can actually send players out. So it also encourages you to invest in your scouting infrastructure. That's another choice you have to make because you can only invest in so many things. So if you look at my club right now, I don't have a lot of players in the youth academy. A lot of investment in the youth academy yet, because I'm focusing more on the international market. I'm trying to get here, and I'm trying to get the training grounds done. And I'm probably going to get all of my talent from overseas. I'm not going to get much out of the youth academy at all. And then of course I'm focusing on the medical center because I'm playing a possession-heavy playstyle. Scotland's bonus doesn't take effect unless you keep the ball, so I need to be able to hold the ball. You hold the ball, you get injured sometimes. I want to mitigate that as much as possible. So it's pretty cool to see how football and culture kind of impact your overall coaching strategy beyond just playing on the field. There are a lot of different things to take into consideration. And I'm also getting a lot of players in terms of the loan market, because like a couple of transfer windows ago, I had this one universal midfielder that did so well that his interest level shot up and he became really good. The host team actually sent him to me two extra times, so I actually ended up training him for three periods in a row. So I think based on that, my consistency as a host club is like have gotten out there, and now other teams are saying, can you train up this guy? Can you train up that guy? And obviously, as you get these guys, they help your team out in the short term. Now they're saying, can you train this guy up? He has solid accuracy. He has good control. I mean, his passing's not bad, depending on what you want to do with him. So, you're kind of encouraged to do a good job with the players that you accept in a loan. And then obviously there's a give-take with that as well. While I'm playing these loan players, I'm not playing my other players who will actually be with me after the loan period is over. So a lot to consider, a lot of choices to make depending on how you want to do it. But you can absolutely get a loan player who takes you to multiple wins, and then it was worth it. So you really just have to make the best choice possible in your situation. Yeah, we're going to look at this match as well. This is probably going to be the last match because I think it's almost 6 o'clock over here. And then once this is done, I'm going to go get dinner because, I do have to eat. We're not at that point in history where we can just take pills or something and suddenly we're fed, unfortunately. Well, we can, but you know what I mean. We're not Jetsons tier yet. It's not the Jetsons yet. But yeah, and then I'll come back and then I'll organize this stream into categories, chapters. I'll split up the various matches. I'll kind of go through and see where I'm talking about stuff like the loan system, and I'll create chapters for that and whatnot. And then I'll push that out by the end of the night. Then I'll probably do that for every stream, and it should be easier for everybody to parse. Yeah, but let's look at this game. Again, they're 5-3-2. I'm also going to take a look at where they are in the table, since I don't have the direct information because my scouting personnel is not high enough yet. If you take a look at this, you'll see I don't have enough scouts. I can spend money to do that. I normally do it for now because I'd like to have the information. But once I get more scouts, I won't have to do it as often. That's another incentive to invest in the scouting center so you can actually see information before a match. Otherwise, it's going to be hidden. And this is something that's going to apply across the board. It doesn't matter what your campaign options are. If you don't have enough invested in the scouting infrastructure, you won't be able to see the stats, and you won't be able to see the stats, the skills, or the nationality. So you're basically going in blind, even if you can see the formation. So now that I kind of did that, I hired some agents short term. I can see the players, so I can plan more accordingly, more appropriately. I can see they have Scottish players, of course, because we're in Scotland. They have a German player down here, but I don't really care about him. And then I can actually see their skills and whatnot. So they have 5, they have 3 in the middle, they have 2 in the front. Abercrombie's gonna be the issue because he has nutmeg. They have that. I'm actually gonna rest him because that last game was kind of rough. Maybe I'll play him afterwards, we'll see. They don't have anything on the goalkeeper, so I'm gonna do that. I also have the potential to just run the ball from the flank, so that might be an option as well. And let's see, I'm gonna keep McPhee in there. I'm gonna go, should I go with him? That's kind of risky. I'm gonna leave him out. I mean, I normally keep him there, but his stamina's pretty low. I don't want a situation where he wins the ball and then he gets fouled and he's out, That's another choice you can take. When you're kind of putting players out there, before the match actually starts, you can determine whether or not it's worth it. Like, he's pretty tired. He's not like half stamina yet, but he's getting there. I know that if he actually wins the ball on kickoff and someone tackles him from behind and he gets fouled, there's a greater chance of him getting injured, which is why I'm leaving him on the bench instead of playing him, even though it makes my starting formation weaker. Then you can make choices like that. But I'm gonna do this. I'm also gonna take McPhee out. Maybe I'll put him in later, because I don't know what they're fielding. I don't know if they're gonna have anyone on the left or the right, so I need to kind of keep it open like this. And then I'll make a choice afterwards. So let's see. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna do that. I'm also gonna take him out, because again, I don't know where they're playing. Kelman's a solid striker, so I might need him. I'm not gonna need this guy at all. He's really just there for the loan potential. There's also someone else who offered a player. It's a tough call, because I'm not sure if I can play all of these guys. That's the other thing. Like, can I actually play everybody that I'm taking? That's another choice you have to consider. McGill. Yeah, his interest isn't very good. It's a tough call, honestly. I'll take him just because it's not hard to get the to break even. Of course, I won't have that glory right now, but I'll take him. And then let's see what else we got. I think that's fine. I think we're okay for now. We'll be okay. We'll make this the last match, and then I have to run. Again, I can you get to train the guys that you pick up in a loan. If you send guys out and they level up, you determine where their specialization points go and everything else. So let's see. I mean, control is good. I would probably do nutmeg for him, and then I would probably spec into control, if we're being completely honest. Because if he nutmegs on the wing against a fullback, he's gonna get a boost to accuracy anyway. And fullbacks tend to be there pretty often. Again, it's not my player though, so I have to keep that in mind. Like, I'm training him, but I won't keep him. There's an opportunity to buy him if you have the right coaching ability, but it generally requires, you have to invest in the coaching ability. So you won't always have it. All right, that's fine. I can get that ball back pretty easily. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to play it. Also, this is their formation. As you can see, this is what they're playing. I mean, I can get past this pretty easily. It's not that hard. I just need to move him out of the way. I need to set this up. I'm going to go ahead and press. I'm going to need to keep possession. 27 is pretty good, given the situation. The important thing is that my DM's still in position. I haven't pulled him out of position or anything, so he's still there. Yeah, there are a few ways to play this. I can probably, let's see. Probably do that. Move Kelman forward. Yeah, sure. $27. Oh, That's 16. He can get it through though. It's really up to me. He also has nutmeg on the wing. I'm gonna risk it. It's risky, but I'm gonna take it. Yeah, that sounds worth it. Okay, that's fine. No, that was a good choice. No, I wish. I'm just gonna pass it. She's an AM. So if you have an opportunity to get it through, it is a tough opportunity though. I'm gonna go for it though, because if it gets through, there we go. I get a shot on goal immediately. Yeah, so even though they pack the box, the AM, the AM's entire purpose is to pull up the defense and to be a menace right here. He's a playmaker. He's the best striker because he gets bonuses to shooting from outside. A very good class if you can make it work. And I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna plan for the next turn actually, just in case I can't do it. All right, so okay, so we're gonna take. Let's see. We're gonna do rainbow paint probably. Yeah, that's the best choice. We're gonna get the goal. That's great. We're also gonna make a quick change so I don't have to get as involved next time. I'm just gonna do that. We're gonna move him down there. In case I get the ball again. Because of course I have to get the ball, right? Okay, they're gonna do that. They're probably gonna pass it again. Yep. And they're gonna take the shot. Not a bad choice. I'm gonna see if I can set this up. I'm gonna try to bait him into fouling me so I can get another turn. I'm willing to take that risk. There we go, that's great. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And that's great because it allows me to now get the ball through him. It's guaranteed to work because he is tired. You know, when they're tired, any skill challenge is guaranteed to succeed, which is another reason why being tired is so bad. So I basically start my play from here instead of down here. Let's see. Can also give it to him, honestly. I think he's the better choice. Get it to him. And I can also make him an AM, if we're being serious, if I really, really want to do it. I think I still have a chance to do it, right? The play hasn't started. Yeah, that's the nice thing about dual classing. You know, you can kind of switch depending on the occasion. So his passing's not as good. So he's probably not the guy to give the ball to in this situation, but his passing's much better. Turn him into an AM, lay off pass to him. He gets the ball, guaranteed because he's tired. And now I can get it to him and I can get a shot closer to goal if I want it. And I do want it, you know? I'm going to actually move him to the side because he is weaker. You know, he's 72, he's 39, so I want to shoot through him. I'm going to send him over there. Then I'm going to pass it. He's an AM, so he gets a boost to passing. You know, in the new game, you can easily just bring that up if you're not sure how things are being calculated. You can see all of that stuff going on, and he gets 18 as the final result, and you can see all the information on the bottom and whatnot, which is really nice. It also has the footballing culture information down there. Get it to him, and now this is a solid enough chance. It's not amazing, but it's better than what I could have gotten. I'm going to see if I can at least hit the goalkeeper. I'm not expecting to score. Also, Rainbow Feint doesn't make sense because they have a CD right there. I'm going to try to get it to the goalkeeper. I can also go for power shot. If I can hit the goalkeeper in this situation, I might get a corner. That's probably the better choice. No, I couldn't hit the goalkeeper. It's all right. That's a solid opportunity. Not bad. You can see we've had most of the possession. You know, we've had 2 shots on goal, which is solid enough. We've also scored with a Rainbow Feint, which I don't think counts as a shot on goal. It might. I can't remember. But yeah, let's see. We start with the ball now, which means we can do more with it than what we had before. I'm actually going to mix it up a little bit here. I don't want to use Allardyce for obvious reasons. But I can play, let's see. I still want you there. I'm going to go with Donahue now. And I'm going to bring Calderwood back. Yeah, we're going to do this. I'm also going to turn him into a CM. I'm thinking about leaving Kelman in. I'm really thinking about it. I need to take him out. So let's do that. Let's do this. Let's put him in over here, just so he's in. Just so we can say he played, we get the glory for it. McPhee would be the better choice, if we're being honest. McPhee would definitely be the better choice. We're going to undo that. Those are some of the choices you have to make, though. Like, do I play the loaned player for the glory, or do I play my own player for the training? Some of those choices can be tough. Yeah, I'm trying to win here, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. It's our ball. Okay, they're going to make a sub. Always got to pay attention to the sub. Not worried about it. Not really worried at all. Let's see. I'm going to shift again because they shifted. I'm doing it in reaction to the AI. And then let's see what else we got. Kelman. Can I get the ball over there? I can do that. So I can always do this, and then I can just play on that side. Not the end of the world. And then I'll probably just hold the ball. Alright. They do have the DM, but he doesn't matter. And I'm going to do that. And I'm probably going to move him over here. What I could also do is I could take this spot, and if I do that, I'll prevent the DM from tackling in 2 turns. Because normally they just move here and tackle. If I move this guy over here, then they're going to have to move twice to get the ball, or they're going to have to tackle with somebody else. Because he can only move 2 towels. You'll see it. Okay, they're not even going to try. Right, okay. Didn't even bother. Ah, he's English. Oh. That's the other difference. It's an English player. That sucks. And there are going to be a lot of bookmarks in this because there's a lot of good information. Football nationalities. Example time. You see how all of these players are Scottish? And you see how they have the planning ahead bonus, which means they hold the ball, they get a big boost to passing? This guy doesn't have it. So what I tried to do a while ago wouldn't work. Basically, I wanted to keep the ball and then get him to run it up the flank and then cross the ball in. He's English, he can't do it. So you can even see this one player kind of changes how I approach the game. Something I'd normally do with my other wingers like Allardyce, I can't do with Full of Love. So just that one player is a good example. So now I have to do something else just because of that. And I can do that because I do have, he does have layoff pass, which is solid. His bonus is that he gets level 1 fly tackle for free, which is really good. But again, different type of winger. You know, he's the type of winger who runs the flank and wins the ball. He's not the type of winger who makes plays. He's a physical winger. So just that alone kind of shows you the difference, which is pretty cool to see. But you know, we're gonna lay off pass it, and then another cool thing is the way all of these DFs are kind of helping the DM win the ball. So if you look at it, the DM can intercept, the DF can intercept. So normally by themselves it would be minus 50%, minus 50%, and then I think he would just do like a normal attempt if I'm not mistaken. And he only had 8, which isn't even that great, honestly. But all of these guys together make it much harder to pass the ball, which is forcing me to loft it, so now I'm going to loft it. And he's going to fight for the ball because he's a center forward. He couldn't keep it because sometimes he just can't keep it. And now what I can try to do is I can try to shoot it from here. He is he's an AM, so maybe it will work. It is a tough call though, tough sell. I don't know if it will work. I can also try to play it back, which isn't the worst choice. He does get 100%, but he is an AM, so it's really just getting plus 40. I could play it back, because I don't think they can win the ball. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to try again. You know, sometimes it's better to just make the better play instead of trying to force it. Because to get the ball forward a while ago, I would have needed to force it, and, you know, they probably would have gotten possession. Instead, I'm trying something else, which is to set up a higher quality shot, really. I'm going to see if, let's see, what kind of shot do I want? I'm probably going to try to get it right here and try to shoot with the AM. And I'm in the lead, so I can actually afford to do this stuff. Full of Love gets knocked down, that's fine. That's actually perfectly fine. I'm going to see if I can get him in there now. Should be able to make that sub. Yeah, just to get him some playtime, really. Now we're going to move Kelman up. Kelman can take the shot. It's not a bad shot at all. But Donahue is probably the better choice because he has higher accuracy and he is closer. So you see, we did all of that to get a much better quality shot. I had the AM out here a while ago and it wasn't a great shot. I was probably going to lose the ball. But this is a much better shot. I'll probably hit the goalkeeper. You know, I have the potential for a corner kick. So I can try that. A corner kick is another opportunity to score on goal. You know, even though he has 81, generally you want to hit the goalkeeper as often as possible. So even though precision shot's better, power shot's the better choice in this situation. Because I'm in the lead. You know, if he saves the ball, it has a chance to go out of bounds. If I do a precision shot and he saves the ball, it's their possession. And it's not high enough to make it worth it. You know, 52 versus 53 is not good. So I'm going to go ahead and take the power shot. I'm really just trying to beat him. Okay, it bounced out. It bounced back into play. That will happen as well. But there's an opportunity for it to bounce out of bounds, which is why I went for it. Yeah, there's not much they can do now. I can probably, let's see. I probably want to just hold position so they can't sneak it through, really. I'm just going to move guys around at this point. Waste time. And full time. There you go. Very, very, very high possession game. Moving the ball around a lot. Again, I'm glad that I got that example of the English footballer in there, because that's going to be really important. Just to show the difference in footballing cultures, even on a team with one player who's from another country. You know, he's also a winger, but there's something he cannot do that the other wingers can do. That's going to be a good example. Yeah, but that's that. I'm going to end it here. If you've actually stuck around, thanks for watching. Again, I'm going to split it up into chapters. As soon as I'm done with dinner and everything, I'm going to come back, divide it into chapters, make it easier to parse. Because, you know, I know people do want to see the different matches. Some people want to see the matches. Some people want to see information on the new features. Some people want tips on you know, helping out their own gameplay. So just to make it easier to parse, because all of that's there, but, you know, getting it is really tough. I understand. And I've watched gargantuan videos as well, so I get it. I absolutely get it. Yeah, but I'll do this again probably tomorrow afternoon. I think the schedule will be like every weekend, at least like once, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just to get some testing done from my own side for Creoteam's sake, and also just to play the game. I do enjoy the game. You know, it doesn't feel like a what's the word? It doesn't feel like a chore to play this game. You know, it's fun. I always learn a lot of new things, and the new version coming out this year is going to be a whole lot of fun. I just wish more people had it in their hands, but you know, it's in progress. It's a work in progress, so you know how that is, right? Yeah, but that's it. I'm gonna call it here because it's time to eat.